Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name, as you might know, is Martin. I work as a delivery driver in Exeter, working with Uber, Deliveroo, Just Eat, all those crazy companies. Today, it being the end of the tax year, we're just going to talk a little bit about tax and how I do my tax return. As a few people have sent me messages asking me for some advice, so I put a video out there, just basically showing what I do. So we'll start off by showing sort of what you're responsible for, and then go through to how I actually calculate it as the year goes on, and yeah, try and make it nice and simple. So the first question that people have asked me is, do I have to declare my income from Deliveroo, Uber and Just Eat? And the short answer is yes. You have to declare any income that you get throughout the year from any source which isn't selling things from your home on eBay and stuff like that. So if you're selling anything for profit, or making profit from delivering food in this case, you definitely need to declare that you're earning, even if it's only a small amount, or even if it's like a side hustle against your other job. Because if you get found out, then there are fines involved. I don't know that much about it, so I'm not going to give you any advice on the fines or anything like that, but I do know a couple of people that didn't declare and got caught out, and it didn't go very well for them. So yeah, you definitely do need to declare. If you've got a job already, then basically you declare yourself as self-employed. Tell your work as well, and you should be put on a basic rate of tax on your employed income, which means that at the end of the year, generally, I've had this before where I was employed and self-employed, you build up quite a big lump of tax, and then you get rebate at the end of the year, which is quite nice for people like me. Are terrible at saving, because it's like a little savings plan. So when you do your tax return, you get some money back, which is fantastic. So obviously the first thing you want to do is to phone up the HMRC and let them know that you're working as a self-employed courier. This is really simple. You literally just phone them up, tell them that you're self-employed. That's all you need to do. You don't need to set up a company or a business or anything like that. You're just a sole trader, self-employed. That's all you need to do. If you start trying to set up a company and stuff like that, it will just get really complex, and there's just no need for it unless you've got other people working for you, or you've got high income or something like that. When you call up the HMRC to register yourself as self-employed, they'll set you up with a UTR, a unique taxpayer reference number, which you can then use to set up an online account, so you can do your self-assessment on the HMRC website. So I'm going to upload here a little screenshot of the tax brackets. So for the first £12,571, you don't have to pay any tax at all on. However, you do still need to do a tax return and declare what your earnings were. So you don't have to pay any tax up until that amount. After that amount, you pay 20%. So if you earn £1,000 over that amount, you pay £200 in tax. It's all very simple. Basically, for every pound you earn over £12,571, you pay 20p in tax. So yeah, that's basically how that works. Obviously there's higher brackets. I don't fall into the higher brackets. I doubt if many people will, unless you're working about 100 hours a week every week of the year. So yeah, basically it's 20% of any income over £12,571. So obviously a lot of you guys that are watching this probably either are on a bike or a car or a scooter. If you've got a bicycle, obviously the best way to declare your expenses is pound by pound. So if you spend £10 on bicycle repairs, make sure you account for that and write it off from your tax. However, if you have a car or a scooter, there's two ways of doing it. So for all your expenses that are to do with your car, so fuel, insurance, any repairs, any like washing of the car, anything like that, you can either declare it pound by pound, or you can do what I do, which is a bit more simple. You can declare mileage instead. So when it comes to mileage, for the first 10,000 miles that you do, there's write-off of 45 pence per mile. So that's about £4,500 for the first 10,000 miles. After that, it does go down to 25p per mile. So basically what you want to do is make sure that you're recording, if you want to do it that way, which is a bit more simple, I find, rather than keeping tons and tons and tons of receipts, just keep a log of what mileage you're doing for work. So basically every day I reset my dash at 0, and at the end of the day, when I've done 80, 100 miles, whatever I've done that day, I just add it to the total. And then any other expenses that you have, like to do with your mobile phone, or any specific clothing that you use just for work, anything like that, just make sure you keep.
He was always punching above his weight, where he's gone up to Newcastle, and you've got to handle yourself.
Just make sure you keep a copy of the receipt, and you can write that off as well. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about how I keep all this recorded now. What I used to do when I was self-employed before was I had like a spreadsheet on a computer where I had all my incoming and outgoing, and then I worked out my P&L and my profit at the bottom. It's quite cumbersome to do it that way. What I've done now is I've actually subscribed to QuickBooks. Just to let you know, they've not paid me to mention them in this whatsoever or anything like that. But it is really, really simple. I would highly advise getting something like QuickBooks, where you literally, when you get paid something, just take a screenshot of the, your Deliveroo or Uber Just Eat invoice, take a screenshot, add in all the details, and they add it to a rolling total. And with the mileage, I just literally just bug in how many miles I've done that day. So it's like 80, 100, whatever, and then any other things, you can take a picture of a receipt. It does scan it and it tries to work out what it is. It doesn't always work that well, but you can go in and edit it afterwards. And also with QuickBooks, it gets everything ready for your self-assessment, so it's all itemized and listed in exactly the same way that the HMRC are going to ask for things. So it's literally in that order. So when you come to do your self-assessment at the end of the year, you literally just have your QuickBooks up in front of you, and then on your computer or whatever, just have your self-assessment last year. Because I literally copied from one to the other, my self-assessment took me about 20 minutes. Whereas before, when I've been doing it off computer, trying to find out, does this fall into this category, does that fall into that category, and trying to get it all lined up in a row, it took me a lot longer, probably around about 2.5, 3 hours. So honestly, yeah, if you haven't got much time, if you just want to keep things simple, definitely go for something like QuickBooks to make it easy. So that's basically as much as I know about taxes working for Deliveroo, Uber, Just Eat, and what we're responsible for and stuff like that. But if I have missed anything, please write in the comments to help other people, obviously. And if there's any questions, I do know a fair amount about the tax system, not a massive amount, but a little bit. So I had to use it quite a lot in my previous jobs. So please, if there's any questions, just pop it in the comments and I'll do my best to answer. All right, catch you next time. Cheers.